So this video is just a quick overview on how to set up the EnPointe wireless fencing system. I'm going to cover how to connect the relay box to the scoring machine, how to check and replace the batteries, and some basic troubleshooting. If you're keen to get started straight away, you can check out the individual weapon quick start guides, which should be contained in the description. When the system's delivered, it'll come in a carry case like this one, with 3 different devices. There should be 2 pocket boxes and 1 relay box. The system works on the 2.4 GHz ISM band, and it utilises frequency hopping, which means there's no need to set an individual channel, and you can have many in the same room without interference. All of the signals are also encrypted. For more information on the specifications of the system, check out the manual or the frequently asked questions. So let's start with the features of the relay box. You notice the box is quite small. That's because it's basically like a set-top box for your television. On the sides you can see these 2 sockets. That's where you plug in cables that go to your existing scoring machine. They basically plug in where you would otherwise have reels or overhead wires. Now you can get these wires from our shop. They're shorter and neater, but standard épée wires will work the same. There's no need to buy a new or specific scoring machine to use the system. The system should work with any machine equally well. Also, all of the features like a remote or a score or clock should work as normal. If I set one up here properly. So here we're just using a VSM, but like I said before, you can use any system. You want to plug the left-hand side of the piece into the left and the right-hand side of the piece into the right. And you should be good to go. So next we have the faceplate on the front of the relay box. We have our weapon select menu, saber, foil and épée, as well as some error lights for each side of the piece. The saber, épée and foil buttons allow you to select your fencing mode. So if you're fencing saber, you want to press the saber button and the light will come on and you're basically ready to fence saber. If you want to switch modes, you press the different weapon buttons. You can switch the system off by pressing the same button that you pressed to turn it on. We have our error lights here. There's 2 lights for each side. At the moment, when it's on, because no one's registered to the box, all of the lights will be on, but we'll later explain what those lights mean. So the last thing we're going to talk about is the batteries of the relay box. Now the relay box takes 4 AAA batteries, and on those it should last about 120 hours. So they live here in the center, and when the batteries are getting low to about 20%, when you start to turn it on, the lights will flash like this. And then it'll work as normal. But bear in mind, you can fence while the batteries are low, but you will need to replace them soon. And if the batteries get too low, the system will just turn itself off. So you might notice, if you're looking in the back battery compartment, that there's a bit of a slot on the side. That's for a memory card. And basically you can download software from our website, you can put it in on that memory card and it'll update the software on this box. So it means if the FIE makes changes or if there are any improvements that we make to our system, you can easily upgrade it without sending it back to us. So now I'm going to show you the pocket box. This is one of the pocket boxes. The top part, this socket, is where you plug in your body wire, and here is where the batteries go. So this one takes 2 AAA batteries. It should last about 100 hours on that. Now, in order to check the battery level, you want to press your fingers to the 2 outside pins and a light should shine out from the middle. So when the battery level is high, it should be green. It starts green and then flashes green. When the battery level is low, it'll start green but it'll fade into red and then flash red. And obviously it's a continuum. Now when it gets to red, that means there's 20% battery power left, which is about 20 hours. And we recommend at about that point you think about changing the batteries. You should still be able to fence when the battery level is low, but at some point the system will just refuse to touch on. Now, all you need to do is turn on your main machine, select the weapon, and then select the same weapon in the relay box. Now what you want to do is make sure that the pocket box is plugged into your body wire as so, and that the logo is facing outwards and the silhouette of the fencer is facing inwards, so fencer to fencer. Just put it into your pocket, and then the fencer on the right hand side will touch the relay box lightly with their weapon. Same. and then you're registered and you're ready to fence. If no hit occurs and if nothing else happens for 15 minutes, the system will turn itself off automatically to conserve power. So now we're going to look into the error lights in a bit more detail. So if you look at that weapon symbol on the bottom, that light, when it's on, represents an equipment error. So if you're registered to the piste and that light is on, solid, it could mean that your lame is not connected, or in épée, it could mean that your tip is shorted out to your guard. If you notice that the equipment error light is flashing, it could mean that the pocket box is not oriented in your pocket correctly. So the first thing that you would check is to make sure that that fencer silhouette is facing towards the body. The other option is that your pants or your pocket might be a bit too loose and the system is hanging away from your body. In this case, the system will still work, but you may notice some degraded performance. So we recommend that you wear proper safety gear, breeches, and that you use working equipment. Any equipment that works on the wired system should still work for us, and certainly anything that passes weapons check should work very well. Okay. The final error light is the wireless connectivity error light, and that's the one on the top here. Now there's only two circumstances that should be lit. One is when your pocket box has a very low battery. In that case, the light will flicker, like this, and that's just to indicate to the ref that your pocket box battery is running low. The other circumstance is when the pocket boxes disconnect, and in that case, the off-target lights will also flash. Now, we've done this because we wanted to make sure that every single hit that's made is registered on the box, and so we've forced the system to disconnect if there was ever a possibility that a hit has been missed. Now, this should never happen during normal fencing. We haven't had this happen during our testing, but and no amount of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or other systems should be causing this problem. That concludes our EnPointe wireless guide. We hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to check out our quick start guides for each weapon, and for more information on our system, check out the frequently asked questions on our website, also linked in the description below. Otherwise, if you have any more questions, send us an email at support@enpointefencing.com. Thanks for watching.